Hello everyone. This is Ed McKeel from the Hello everyone. This is Ed McKeel from the Dragonlance Nexus. I'm the social media guy, but I also assist in some of our books and adventures that we've been putting out on the Dungeon Masters Guild. You may know us from perhaps Hasselhoff's Pouches of Everything Revised, or Dragonlance Shadows of the Black Rose, or some of our other collaborations with the author Richard Knack, like Journals of Kaz the Minotaur. But what I have today, we are very, very excited, is Dragonlance Untold Quests. This is our newest book that's available on the Dungeon Masters Guild. It is an adventure that goes in 5e for first to sixth level players. And so what is it about? So basically, several years have passed since the bitter end of the War of the Lance. The land is still filled with uneasiness, and all is threatened to come crumbling to a halt, but not only by internal struggles, but through the actions of one power-hungry wizard seeking lichdom. Help prevent a new evil from arising by taking up Untold Quests. So, Untold Quests is basically a reimagining of some of the modules for AD&D 2nd Edition, like Knight's Sword, DLQ1, and Flint's Axe, DLQ2. And so also what we did was, there's a third part of this adventure that we wrote that is Huma's Shield, and so that's the newer part. But the beauty of this is you have some gazetteers for some Dragonlance cities that perhaps haven't been totally fleshed out as well as we have, some awesome maps, some great sidekick rules, stat blocks, monsters, all types of things that we're doing here. So what I have here in front of you is the premium book and the standard, and they both are just awesome. So we'll open up the premium first and see what we have inside. And so the beauty of this book is we took a lot of time to make this very accessible for not only players who've played in Krynn before, but new players who might not know too much about Dragonlance. And we have a whole introduction that kind of talks about what's been going on during the War of the Lance, and this takes place a certain amount of time after. We have a beautiful map here of Ansalon. You can also see this on our website if you want to get more detail. We have adventure hooks, recent histories, and of course, we have a regional map that we do for each chapter. Here's Knight's Sword. And so the first part of this adventure really is kind of a bit of it starts as a murder mystery when you're trying to figure out a knight that potentially was murdered and something was taken from the High Clearest Tower. And as we continue forward, you're going to go and you're going to be able to travel across parts of Ansalon and we move to the second part, we're at Flint's Axe, and we'll be on the road to Hillhome. As you can see here, beautiful map. Great map of Hillhome you can see, and we do a whole gazetteer of different locations in this larger town / city of dwarves. And as you keep going, we're going to do some dungeon crawls. We're going to do everything that makes for a great adventure to get us started out. And I have to, but I'm not going to go too in depth, but we also do a great dive into Tarsus. And I feel like there has been a lot about Tarsus, especially in the novels, but we haven't done this amount of work when it comes to the gazetteer that we've made with all of these locations and places that you can go. And then, of course, into the library that's underground that you may have read, the library of Tristan, that you may have read in some of the other novels that Tracy and Margaret have written. But I will skip ahead because I don't want to go too deep, but we have some great monster stat blocks and NPCs that we have here. Dragon Army, some monsters, and then, of course, some more maps, magic items, and then these beautiful sidekick roles that we did for some of the original characters that were in those AD&D adventures that you may have played from back in the day. And if you haven't played them, they're still available on the Dungeon Masters Guild. And then, I won't keep this too long. Shameless plug on some of our next collaboration with Mr. Knack, Huma Before the Lance, and then, of course, Champions of Krynn, which will take some of the previous chapters that we have done and then kick it off into several more chapters and take into 9th level. This is also the standard book just as gorgeous. Looks awesome. Some of the great art we've been able to use here. I won't go too deep. I just want to say we're excited for this. We hope you get a chance to support us on the Dungeon Masters Guild and have a great time. Happy gaming, everybody. Have a good day.